So we went offline again. Okay. Now we're back. I'm just going to say that we're online. Thank you for bearing with us. Don't know why we've had these issues the last couple days. All right. So OBS says we're back online. I see Stream Elements is commented on the Twitch chat. Are we back up on TikTok? Which is I don't know what would cause this issue. We haven't really, well, today we changed a little bit of our audio filtering. But other than that, we haven't changed anything other than our usual slide counter or a day counter for our game. So yesterday we had the same issue as well, where OBS just disconnected. And so I'm guessing it wasn't, at least not completely a restream issue yesterday. Because we were showing our KBS, our connection was disconnected in OBS, but our internet connection was up. So if I figure it out, I'll let everyone know. Audio looks like we're good, so we'll do our intro once again. So we are in day 539 of The Journey Begins. We are in Inkwood. We're going to go work on the west side of the ravine. We did, as we mentioned, do a little bit more tweaking to our audio filters. Not so much to change the voice itself to sound like someone else, but more the general effect. Oh, thank you for the like, Adrian. I appreciate it. The quality, so giving ourselves the goal of sounding more radio broadcast quality, and using that as the foundation to try to improve the audio quality of the stream, but not changing the voice itself. So hopefully that makes sense. So with that, I think we're in pretty good shape. And all right, so we're just gonna back and forth a little bit here, and we're just gonna do this for an hour and a half or so, whatever our stream time ends up being. So yeah, an hour and a half, because we're getting a much later start than we wanted. We wanted to start about an hour ago, or actually an hour and a half ago, so we wanted to be wrapping up by now. We'll continue for an hour and a half anyway, barring any technical issues like yesterday. I think we were close to an hour and a half, and rather than get on just to sign off, we left it as kind of an abrupt ending, so apologies for that. Let's get to mining, and we'll just we'll keep doing this, dropping off our stuff every so often, and then lowering our crafting tables so we can make more of these chests, and just more or less sticking with this pattern while we're working in the backside, and then we might do the same thing kind of in the middle on the other side as we get there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And we'll have to keep an eye on our stream as well for the next, this stream and tomorrow. Hopefully we don't have the same issue occurring regularly. So not the quality we want to go for, especially Oh, oh. There we go. Uh, Something that we can't change, like, um, we don't want to have to get on and then say that the stream is going to eventually crash and restart every day. All right, come on. Okay. 2 for 1 there. Okay, I'll take that. Uh, oh, that's the wall there, so we do need to. Oh, this drops out, so this is where the wall. This doesn't come in here. Well, we're gonna rough it up later, so I'm not too worried about this. So we'll just do that for now. Hey. Um, all right, so let's go. We'll switch to our silk touch and do some regular stone for now, and go back and forth. Right. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I think we're good there. What else? Oh, yes. Our channel growth. So we are live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok with our intermediate goal of 500. And we are trying to get to 70 followers and affiliate on Twitch. So if you like storyback builds, feel free to stick around. And if you really like them, feel free to share. All right, so there's our, hey. All right, wow. Okay, we're getting overrun here. All right, all right, all right. All right, so come over to this wall here, and now we'll. Okay. All right. Hello, Max. How's it going? How's the how's the Wednesday going? Hey, you don't need any help. And Mr. Creeper, thank you. Oh, nice. Hope you're going somewhere fun. Whether it's for work or vacation, hope it's a fun place. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to go sleep after I get a carrot because. Oh, nice. Hey. All right, we're just gonna fly out of here. Uh, what would that be? Heading like southeastern Missouri. Not that you have to say if you don't want to. I guess you can fish anywhere, but what is with the Bass Pro out in Springfield, uh, Northside, Ohio. Okay. Oh, I hope it's a quick flight for you and have a good fishing trip. we had got back from a flight. It's 2 weeks ago or so. Usually when we travel, I'll have the Switch with me and test out some farms, my Minecraft farms while I'm flying. But this time we just watched some movies. Well, we did some Minecraft work while we were in the airport itself, but while we were flying, we just did some movies this time and some audiobooks. Because what we're building here, we're trying to turn into a novel as well. So listening to different sources to try to get some inspiration to help inspire, um, improve my writing, I guess. Not being a writer myself, but wanting to check that off the bucket list and enjoying Minecraft in the process. All right, so how far down do we want to go? Yeah, we'll cut it down here and try to keep things level. Oh yeah, our goal was to level things off at 40, so it might be a little bit haphazard until we get to 40, but that's where we want to level things off and then regroup. So, do you do any Minecraft or other games yourself, Max, if you're around? Oh, I also really like my noise. Well, I like noise canceling headphones in general. Kind of curious about the uh, this Eisenhower and Sonos. Kind of curious what those are like. I've been using the Sony like MXH series, so I've got the 3 and the 5. I really liked 3, although there was a plastic, I guess, catch in the adjustable earpiece that broke. So I don't take those traveling anymore. I just use them here in the office. The quality of the 5000s is really good. My only complaint with them would be if they had the design of the headband design of the 3s, they would be fantastic. But the change to basically a bar is really uncomfortable. So I had to get an aftermarket cushion, and it helps a lot, but it's still not quite as comfy as the 3s were. But as far as the audio quality, I think they're good. Granted, I'm not a musician or anybody that would be considered an audiophile, but it does sound good and does a pretty good job of drowning out plane engines. Okay. Let's grab some carrots because we're not full on our health. But now that we don't have any zombies around, I know there's some preservation of Minecraft stuff, but I think some new mechanics could be nice. At least what I was thinking was if you had some kind of localized repellent you know, and it could be cheekier, like smelly food, or something that doesn't have to be an enchantment. Something you could hold on as well. So, like, you have cats scare away creepers, and maybe that's leans into Mojang's wanting to be like strategic and things. Although I think that's also kind of a double-edged sword in that you kind of limit the sand that you add to the box that way. Um, my preference would be having a set of armor or something that, you know, has everything, you know, uh, repelling all mobs, you know, all the best protection, whatever. And while some people would surely gravitate towards that, you can also have more specialized armor for certain situations. And that way, like, people that want to have the mini games or maybe on the server level, not allow that particular set of armor, the all-encompassing armor, all-purpose armor, you would have that option, and that way you have more sand in the box that way. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with people gravitating towards the easy way if they want to be builder, because then you're kind of forcing a certain play style. But people may also not want to stay that particular way either. Maybe they want it easy and then they want to challenge later. And I think when you frame additions in that way, it's more sand in the box, more play options, and it doesn't force any play styles or restrictions unnecessarily on players. And you can focus more on player enjoyment that way. Okay, so where do we want to go? Up here. Okay. There. All right. So let's see. Let's check out something. Okay, so something happened to that. Let's do that. Oh, not that one. And that one. Okay. Oh, it is this one. Okay. So let's go here. So let's do that, and then let's and spray. These are not little. Okay, let's do that. I think it's a little bit better. Oops, wrong mouse. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. Oops. Okay, so we have some stuff up here that we need to kind of work with. Okay. Okay, so let's. Right, so that's that. Okay. Guess we can worry about flushing some of this out later with our happy guests. So, but I do want to get some of this section off so that we don't have so much to worry about later. So we'll create a diagonal here, cutting through so that we... there we go. We have something to work with, and then we can make some passes and refine it and whatnot later. Okay. Great. All right. Yep, so we'll back and forth this a little bit. Maybe 45 here, and then take this down to 45, and then go down to 40. That'll be our goal there. Is at some point when we get to the other side, we do want to work on turning the skeleton spawner that we found into a experience farm over here. And that way we can have experience farms in kind of all of our cities. Or all of our little villages. Oh. Okay. We'll dig this up later, but this at least give us a little light while we're working here. So I don't want to keep going back every night, maybe every other night. That way we don't have to deal with phantoms and we can get a little more work done that way. Oh wow, 2 new followers and 195 likes on TikTok and sitting at 63 on Twitch, so not doing too bad. On that note, we're a little bit behind, but we want to upgrade our Twitch follower bar to one that we've written in React. So trying to do some of our coding skills. Not letting them get too rusty by working on little projects that we can improve our stream with. Alright, so too bad there wasn't a bunch of gravel buff. That skeleton, we could have taken that out. Ooh. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, if I could just get an army of creepers coming after me, well, slow enough that they don't actually take me out, but fast enough I can do something with them, that would be really nice. Save us a lot of TNT. I mean, we could try to build a mini creeper farm at some point. Maybe that would be helpful. Like a single layer of something. And then have them explode where we need them to, but I don't know how easy that would be to do. We'll have to look into that because it would be a fun thing to do on stream. We'll have to see. Okay. Come to think of it, it looked like our face cam got reset. Our hand cam looks okay. Although it looks like it got reset a little bit too, because it looks um, a little overly focused. We do need to change that. I think that's, yeah, because we have a specialized cam for top-down stuff. We just don't have the desk space to really utilize it. I mean, we could try to figure out a way to kind of squeeze it in, or change out the monitor cam that we have. But anyway, the thing that made me realize that was that OBS was missing a bunch of files when we started it. After we restarted it was missing a bunch of files, which is why we restarted our laptop. It was still missing them after we restarted. So something happened to one of the OBS configuration files, which probably has the camera settings, which is why we had to set our face cam. All right. Okay, so we don't want to fight the Enderman right now. But we'll take out the spider. Okay. Can we get low enough to get them to shoot each other? Nope. Okay, so we're just gonna have to deal with this. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, so we're just gonna go sleep, because we're gonna drop off stuff and then go sleep. All right. Okay. Do we have all of our armor on? Occasionally, I accidentally took off armor. But we got a lot of dirt and stuff, and we started over here, so we don't have anything to take back. Okay. Let's come back over this way. Okay. Okay, so that's every time we go somewhere, like taking out a line, so it's at least semi-organized. Okay, so let's do this. So it's gonna be this, this. Okay. Now we'll go back and forth a few times this way, get this down. Okay. And that will work. Okay. Let's cut through here. So we're about 30 minutes in. So yeah, another hour. Well, I mean, we're making pretty good progress here. And then I guess whenever we mend our tools, we can bring back TNT on those trips if we remember to AFK by our creeper farm. And that should speed things up a little bit. I mean, we do want to be careful of having too many TNT projects. Because we don't want to, I mean, we'll have some sand from the desert that's under Overmorrow and then some where the garden temple is. But we don't want to turn every desert into a wasteland. Well, and even more of a wasteland. Which Oasis City, I think that desert's going to be more or less protected because of Oasis City being there. But we still have to get that framework down. But before we do that, we need to get our tunnel to the library all worked out. And then we need to create our tunnel in the nether so we have a controlled and safe way to get to these places. To the gold farm, because then from the gold farm, we'll do oh, thank you, Merlin. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How's your Thursday? And do you play Minecraft or any other games? We'll do an overworld road from the Gold Temple to Oasis City. Because that fits in with the story that we're writing there. All right. So let's do this. That gets us. I think it's just to 3 follows for the day. I think if that's not the most we've had in a day, that's pretty close. Okay. This is oh, what's this? Is this some kind of cave over here? Probably have to do a little more crouching so that we can not fall into the little caves that are starting to pop up under us. And just take our time taking down some stone, which is part of our vibe or essence, whatever you want to call it. Being kind of the story back, chill, relaxing, slower kind of stream is not always doing things as fast as possible. Sometimes just relaxing, taking out a block ton of stone, whatever we're mining. All right, so let's get a little bit more of the stone here and work on our line. I think that's the cobblestone line up there where the tree line is. So we're going to leave that there and kind of start cutting in a little bit more over here. Right? And then we'll just start back and forthing this, bringing things down to 45. All right. Oh, yes. And we forgot our streamer in the other ear is Scotsman UK over on Twitch playing Minecraft, although they're wrapping up. Earlier we had, I think it was Anti-Social Angel on TikTok. So if you need other streamers to follow, check them out. All right. Alright, so let's go grab some diorite here. We need lots of diorite and whatnot for the horizon wall over at Overmorrow. Which will be not ironic in the actual sense of the word, but in a misappropriated version of the word. Ironic that we have our zombie farm over at Overmorrow and we have our skeleton farm over here. Given that we could use the bone to make bone blocks, and we want the horizon wall to be white, or white made out of mostly white blocks. Diorite, bone meal, quartz, things of that nature. Things that are on the white side. I don't know about pale oak yet. I need to actually get some and see what that's like. But potentially things like that. Alright, so are we full? I think we're full. So we're gonna have to drop off some stone here in a second. Oop, almost fell in a hole there. Throwback to our note earlier. Our frame rate seems to be holding at 60 frame render under 4 milliseconds, hovering around 3-ish. Yeah, less than 0.3% missed frames to rendering lag. Sitting at 0 for skip due to encoding lag, so that's pretty good. Bitrate seems good, so not sure what caused the issue earlier, why we had the bitrate drop to 0 and the disconnect, but so far things to be holding out, and hopefully that was just a fluke yesterday and today. Hopefully we don't have any more today or tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But we do our best to improve the quality of the stream, each stream, audio, visual elements. For us thinking about doing like an overlay of maybe like an older kind of TV set, I think is kind of the most applicable for all the games that we're doing. Because we also had a library in mind which would definitely fit Minecraft streams, given the story that we're trying to tell, but we'll have to see. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, good. You let us up there. Perfect. We'll light some of this stuff up. That'll keep mobs from coming over here, and then we'll come over here and lay some torches down, and this will keep mobs from coming up below us. I see some lava. Lava will... Yeah, I think that'd be good. There might be some stuff back there, but I'm not worried about that just yet. The lava will keep the light source there high enough that we won't have anything going, or anything coming through, so let's work our way out. And get back to... Alright, so let's cut through here, and we'll grab the dirt here. Okay. Is that good? We have someone behind us? Yes, we did. Okay. So I need this to... That drops a little too much on the mic. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Wait, what happened? Oh, good. Yeah, that would have been unpleasant if we would have had like we did on Satisfactory last week. When we were adjusting our cyborgs or our left hand controller and had a button get stuck while we had a bunch of zombies around and couldn't fight back. That would have been unfortunate. Alright, let's clear out under this, and then we can drop stuff off over here so we have more space for inventory. Okay. Oh, let's do this line. So if we do this in lines like this, it'll help us stay organized. Lines from the curve, since we're not working in round lines. Since Minecraft doesn't have round lines, we can just pick our point of what part of the stepped curve that we want to work with and just create these lines, and that gives us some structure to our mining, and then we can gauge our progress a little better, the progress of our project, and then we can plan accordingly and not do as much haphazard. Not that that isn't fun occasionally, but for now we won't. Ooh. Alright. Oh, spider. Wow. Can't have two of them, but one of them we could probably do. And it looks like there's a lot of distribution of arrows here. So if we do this and get a zombie in front of us. What? Zombies aren't shooting me now? Okay. What? That's too far away for you guys? Oh, okay. Let's regroup. Let's heal a little bit. 'Cause I like having fun getting the skeletons to shoot the zombies. Okay. Come on. Are you really that bad at shots? Guess they are. Guess they are. Yeah, and I can't deal with 3 of them. Oh, there we go. So one of them shot at us. Okay, good. There, now you guys can fight. Oh, and we're gonna grab our carrot because we don't have much. Because we need to heal. Because less than half health is not where we want to be with a few skeletons around. What? Oh. Okay, so we'll let you get taken care of, and now we need to... Ah. We're gonna have to go sleep because the mobs are spawning too much down here. Okay, we're gonna leave. Alright, let's go find a bed. And wow, so many arrows. So many arrows. Let's sit here. Okay, so I think we can do this. Create a little shaft over here. Oh yeah, because this is the wall. Cobblestone wall. Okay. Yeah, so when we talk to the wall, or when we talk about the wall, it's our guideline wall of this where things start at the surface. We don't want it to be, you know, as sheer as we have here, so we'll rough it up eventually. But we're keeping it relatively sheer for now so that we can rough it up later. But that gives us a feel for how wide things are as we cut down the ravine. And we do need to work on the bridge at some point. I don't think we didn't put iron golems in the story, but for the purposes of the Minecraft world, we'll probably do that. Wait, did we get... Oh, amethyst grew on the top of that. That's good to know. That's... So it should grow on any side, but if we leave that there, that's good to know. Because that could be like an amethyst guard. If you can find one that's close enough to the surface that we can use it as part of like a garden, amethyst could grow on the top of a geode. And you could harvest it from the surface if you were careful. So maybe we could have a chest or a barrel next to it, and then from that you could have like a wooden or stone hoe or something, or at least something without efficiency, something that would make it harder to destroy. Well, would make it hard to destroy the block, so that you wouldn't lose the potential of and you could keep getting amethyst. And have a sign somewhere. I don't know if we could put the no symbol on the sign. Because I know you can do some of those Unicode characters there. I don't know if that's one that we can use or not, but that would be good. And then, well, we wouldn't be able to scale it. So something that says, like, don't use your efficiency, you know, the right tools to mine. So that if you don't grab the wooden tool, or if it's not obvious to grab the wooden tool, you don't accidentally use the wrong tool. That's what we're trying to say. Grab some dirt here. We're at 44. And we'll cut through here. All right, so we'll leave some of that up, and we'll start cutting this stone down here. And block by block, we make progress. All right, so that gets us here. So we still need to have a long ways to go to get that down to there, but we are getting there. Maybe we'll start working in this corner, kind of getting it down to that level, and also getting this down here. At least to 40, and then we'll do it down to 30 and 20 and so on until we get down to this south side here. Or no, this would be the east side. This wall here would be the east side. All right, so let's drop off stuff in here. Right. Oh, we're gonna need that. Okay, so we're gonna probably put our chest in here. Okay, great. Move that up, and then we're gonna put our crafting table down. Don't know why this don't go there. Don't think I clicked that. Anyway, okay. But yeah, stream looks like it's holding up so far, so yeah. We're at just short of an hour, so yeah, we'll do another half hour or so. Then we gotta do some writing and other real world stuff. But as we've mentioned a couple times, and trying to mention it on stream until we get sufficient size, we stream Minecraft every day, and then we stream Satisfactory on Fridays and Saturdays in the evenings. And then we stream Planet Crafter on Sundays and Mondays. Generally, I think we shoot for we shoot for mornings on Mondays of Planet Crafter, followed by Minecraft. On Sundays, I think we've been going for Minecraft in the morning and Planet Crafter in the afternoon. Yeah, yeah. And the reason, well, part of the reason for that is to try to catch the most people, but also then come Monday morning, we already have some of our title and description set up for Planet Crafter. So the amount of editing is a little bit smaller. Not that it's terribly big anyway, but it does help a little bit. And then when we change on Monday after the Planet Crafter stream to Minecraft, we can continue with Minecraft the rest of the week. So it just helps our workflow a little bit. Although, if anyone has any preferences to times for games, you're welcome to leave those in chat. Not that we can accommodate everybody, but we will certainly do our best to have larger or less time in between streams and changing the days and whatnot to accommodate people. And, okay. Oh, I need to move that down already. What? Because we didn't have everything. Oh, well, anyway. But we're making pretty good progress. Oh yeah, we're almost down to 40. So if we get down to 40, that'd give us our next set and realign kind of step. All right. So we're doing okay. Oh, almost 195. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on channel stuff. But yeah, if anyone has any questions about the story we're trying to tell in Minecraft, Minecraft itself, Satisfactory, Planet Crafter, any other games, feel free to bring those up. If you have any Lego builds you have your eyes on, anything like that, feel free to bring that up as well. Definitely want to get more involvement in the chat and have more variety to what we discuss. Because then that can lead to things like what channel point redemptions and things like that are actually things that people want. Do you want, some kind of house or a plaque or something be redeemable? Maybe a number of blocks that are used in a build, like colors or something. Who knows? But, I've got a few ideas, and then if anyone else has ideas of things that they would want from the chat, we could, not that we would be able to do everything, but certainly open to at least considering other ideas. Okay, so this is 40. So let's carve a few of these 40 guide channels, Y40 guide channels, and that will help us stay aligned and then we can work on little sections here and there, and even if it feels a little haphazard, at least there will be some semblance of structure. Oh, let's stay full since we're at night and we're probably gonna have somebody sneak up behind us eventually. And not all mobs are kind enough to let you eat in the middle of battle. Okay, so this is one of the tunnels from before. Okay. What do we got going? Okay. So now we need to figure out... Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Well, that creeper didn't come down, which I guess is good. Oh, since this is 40, maybe we can put torches here to denote 40 so that we can get down to this level, and then we'll get those torches back whenever we go down to 30, because we'll be taking down the layers underneath. Okay, so let's... don't know what that was, but okay. Well, I mean, it was a creeper, but I just don't know where it came from. So we're going to have to do something else on the other side there because this shaft is too deep and I don't want to like fill it up to work. Great, so let's deepen this shaft and work our way back. Cause yeah, we're now over an hour, so we're not too bad there. Got another 25 minutes or so to go. Okay, it doesn't look like he saw me yet. Daylight should be coming, so... Oop. Did he see me? No, he did. Doesn't look like our Enderman saw us, so I think we're good there. Okay, coming along. one airman we can handle now, but we just don't want to if we don't have to. All right. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Drop off some stuff. We would have shot a few more. We could have had an arrow outline of ourselves there. So, all right, so that looks pretty good. So this is 40. Okay. Oh, what is this? Is this a cave over here? Light that up. Okay. And those are things like we're not gonna fill those in, like little caves and whatnot that we come across as we dig down. We'll more likely leave those in so that it gives a little texture, because we don't want this to be smooth like this in the ravine. So we have that on Dawn Bridge over in Overmorrow. It's the bridge that goes out to the north, the pristine north. But that's, you know, a person-made structure. This, we want it to feel like the water's kind of carved down and roughed it up. So phase 1 is getting it all down to bedrock. Phase 2 is roughing it up. And then phase 3, adding any additional texture and blocks to it to give it the color that we want. You know, frog lights or whatever we might need to. To add the lighting that we want, and then the campfires and cobwebs and stuff to add the mist effects. So that kind of last layer of texturing. So roughing it up and then adding the details is phase 3. Right, so is this okay? At some point we need to crouch because we want to be able to look up while we're mining and not fall in the hole that we know is coming up. And we're gonna have to switch over to our fortune pickaxe. So we might have to go back to Overmorrow today to mend some tools, because we don't have our skeleton farm set up over here just yet. But maybe that's something we need to work on sooner rather than later, so that we don't have to keep going back to Overmorrow for tool mending. so. Get all the gravel out, and then we'll switch back to the fortune pickaxe, and we'll make our way back. And we could probably do this at least one, maybe two more times, and that'll probably put us pretty close to time. All right. This is working pretty well. Just do a little back and forth a couple times, do these little mini sections along our line, and that gets us progress, and then we add up all that progress, and eventually we have our goal achieved. Okay, so we're gonna need to drop off stuff here because we're out of inventory. Yeah, okay, so and then we'll grab this. Okay, good. And then we'll we'll put our crafting table there. Put our chest there, down one level, and then we'll go back and start on this. Okay. I mean, it feels faster if we just do a line, I think. So maybe we'll do that. And we'll just do it in like 4 lines. So let's, maybe this side will do that. Yeah, this side will just do it all at once. And then what's behind us we'll do, so this piece here we'll do layer by layer, but this section here we'll do all at once since there's so much gravel here. Okay. Yeah, now we can do it line by line, or layer by layer. Starting at the bottom to make sure that we don't have anything to fall into. And then we'll look up and just do it like this. Which was something that got mentioned on the Spawn Chunks today, which I recommend if you like Minecraft podcasts. With Pixel Riffs and Joel Duggan. That on Bedrock, the mining at a distance has it's not a uniform speed. So 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks away aren't necessarily the same speed. So if you time it right, you can more or less insta-mine, which is good, which I like. I think if that changed, that would be a huge consideration of whether we play Minecraft anymore. Because that is such a quality of life thing. Lots of gravel over here. And some of this is definitely going to wash under Inkwood, but I think that's okay. We get a lot of this now, and then we won't have as much tool switching to do later. Full. Oh, but we could, well, that. Oh. Not quite enough, so we need to go drop off stuff. Okay. And there we go. So let's go back. Well, since we're going back, why not take a little stone with us? Right? Oh, is this where the... Oh, so it must have been farther down. Okay. Okay. Somewhere down here is our gravel pit. There it is. So a bunch of the gravel that we collected, or that we mined earlier, picking that up. Okay. Okay. A little bit up here. Okay. Now we'll do our back and forth. And yeah, do this for another 10, 15 minutes, and that'll be our stream. And we do this for enough streams, and we'll get this done. And again, our streams, we're framing out our cities, villages, roads, whatnot. And then we'll add the supporting buildings, character, and all that, and other rounds of building. So once we have the shape of the town and things like the ravine and that in place, these are kind of the defining characteristics. And then we can add, you know, the food shops, the armor shops, things that give it character, things that are outside of what we're including in the story. And that adds the color and texture that we're going for in these places. Okay. Okay, so that's fine there. So that looks like it follows the wall pretty closely there, so we're actually pretty good on that side. So let's create a stopping point on the back side here. So we'll take this over to the wall on this side, and then we'll have this chunk here that we can work on. And like we said, finding these little chunks will help us put a little structure to our mining so that it's not one giant thing, it's some little ones that we can work on here and there. And even if we kind of work on random sections, because there's a little structure to it, it won't be so bad. And we can kind of gauge how much progress we're actually making. Okay. Great. And I think if we get this lined out, we'll be good. Yeah, so we'll get this taken over a couple layers. We'll get this taken down. Get it kind of lined up with the wall. That way we'll have a border, and that'll probably take us to the end of stream and give us a good starting point for tomorrow. Right, so that's there, wall there. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so let's see. Can we get down to that level? Nope, not quite. All right, so we need to take this down so that we can then get it down to 45, and then we can get it from 45 down to 40. We'll get our line to 40 anyway. Is that a shadow or something there? That just seems odd. Okay. Right, so it looks like we need to cut a little here too, because we're not close enough to the wall. Okay. Oh, that's enough of a break that I guess we won't worry about that. Okay. Okay. Well, I might have to fix that tomorrow. This is 45. Okay, good. So we'll this will give us a chunk to work on tomorrow. Okay. Doing okay. And hour and a half streams are still kind of short. We want to do longer and kind of push the 2 to 3 hour mark again, like we used to do on weekends. And the more engagement we get in chat, that's definitely going to push us in that direction. So with the amount we're beginning, I think that merits the hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. And if it increases, we'll definitely push it to the 2 and be 2.5, kind of incremented up by half hours. All right. This is 40. Okay. Oh, so we got it. This will get us pretty close to where we want to be. Take this line kind of far up. It'll get us to the other side, and then we'll have to work on that later. Yeah. All right, so this is still under the wall, right? Or no, not under the wall. It's not where we want it to be. Okay, so we need to jump a little bit more to get to that one. Okay. Okay. We're gonna. There we go. So this is the wall here to our right. And then the wall kind of tapers out over here somewhere. So figuring out where that line is. So not here. So probably about here, I guess. Right? Yeah, so that comes down to here. That cobblestone, I think, is on this line. Okay. So this will go back and forth a little bit here. Get this down. This gets our line on the southern wall where we want it to be. All right, and we'll go back here. And we'll just keep doing this. Get it down to something we can work with. 45 is fine. I think we can do 5 levels. So we'll just carve the line on this side. Yeah, now we can take this over. And then we'll cut it to the left, and then we'll have a section that we can work on for tomorrow. And that'll get us really close to the hour 30 mark. You know, maybe be slightly over, but that's fine. And we can go from there. All right. Perfect. And oops, okay. That gets us there. Now here's our line to our left. cut over here. And this will help create another section. And then look at that. Look at that. We have a section there that we can take down. We have a smaller section here that is too small to really section off. We'll just kind of carve it out by hand later. Well, it's I guess all by hand, but it contours the wall a little closely, so it'll be more of like a diagonal cut here. We'll have that section to take down, and then we can start sectioning off the remainder of the western wall here as we head to the southern side of it. So that's I think we made a good progress today. Do we have? I mean, we probably have enough. We can do another hour-and-a-half stream or so. It'd have to be with this fortune, but that's tough because it's nice to have the tools mended. I don't know why, but that look there every like 2 blocks is kind of nice. But we're making progress here. This is coming down. That looks good. And then this is looking good here. So we're at 40 now, and that's probably close to 0, maybe 5 or so. And then you can see some other holes there that go down to 0 or down to bedrock. Or close to bedrock anyway, down to the cavern that's underneath us. So things are coming along. So that's going to make our bridge look all that more imposing, prominent. Okay, so with that, yeah, we're going to fly up. And sleep, and I guess we'll take a chance at having enough. Yeah, that works. Well, we're not gonna sleep now, but we'll take a chance at our tools having enough durability that tomorrow we will get what we can of the stone. When it gets low enough that I feel like we can't do any more, then we'll go back to Overmorrow. But when we do that, we'll take a bunch of dirt back with us so we can make use of that trip, and then we can do some terraforming over there if we're under our hour-and-a-half mark. And that way we don't have to spend too much time on stream doing our tool mending. If we have the skeleton farm over here, we would probably do that, because that is something I want to kind of integrate whenever possible, is spend the last 5 or so minutes of streams doing some tool mending and engaging with chat. So once we have enough activity in chat, then we'll try shifting to that kind of format. Opening with what we're gonna do, working on that, and then in closing doing some mending while we engage more. I mean, we'll engage throughout the stream, but have some dedicated chat time where we can just focus on that. At least that's the plan. So with that, thank you, Max, and thank you, Kimberly. I think I missed that earlier. Apologies. And thank you, Merlin. And we missed anyone else? And if we missed anyone else, thank you for the likes and the follows on both TikTok and Twitch. We appreciate it. We are slowly growing. And if you like our Storyback builds and want to see more of what we're working on, you can check us out on Linktree. So it's linktree/mindtripmedia. That link will be on our outro screen here in a second. That will have links to our Blue Sky, our Pinterest, our TikTok here, our Twitch, the VODs, which are over on YouTube, along with our mostly Lego build YouTube channel, which we need to get some videos out on, and any of the other projects that we're working on. And so if you like them, you can give us a follow over there. And as always, if you really like them, you can feel free to share them out and help us do more. So with that, thank you again, everyone, for joining day 539 of the journey begins. We'll see you tomorrow for day 540 when the journey continues.